Bertram, or the Xi'an?
Well, Xi'an, I went there, it was springtime and there was blossom everywhere. And I remember pools, a favoured scenic spot where people were coming to have a look, and I remember there being signs of some sort marking the fact that the Xi'an incident had happened close to where we were. But I remember Xi'an with a great deal of affection. It was still not very many people visiting, and it was probably in about 1990, maybe 1990, and it was the most magical place. So the sense of history, very ancient, and history much more modern, was quite evident.
Did you think of James Bertram?
I did. I thought of James Bertram most of the time I was in China.
Why?
Because because I'd liked him a lot, and I then learned who he was. At the time when I met him, I really didn't know who he was, and because I understood more about him as a person, this direct connection with China and the big figures of China's transition were powerful, in the same way as I felt that about Ray Ali, who I also met while I was in China.
How did you meet him first?
James Bertram?
Yeah.
I met him because I studied English at Victoria University, where he was a professor, and he taught me Old English, which I'd opted to do instead of another alternative. And he was an unusually thoughtful and helpful teacher, who had a sort of gentleness about him, and who seemed to me to bother more than many other teachers did, and who was, how to describe it, was a neat person, somebody who was collected and together. He was always well dressed. He often wore a rose in his buttonhole. He was old-fashioned